I ain't gonna lie, but I grew up with a mentality that women better than men.
I feel like if I go a week without roti, I will have a complete meltdown. Roti is like a must.
I don't think living in the Caribbean, especially in Trinidad, is gonna be easy
So
without roti.
true.
I agree too. I love roti. I don't really like dal curry so much, but what's up, shot?
I just like Calvary most. Sorry.
Oh
Can't
I
take
mean,
no.
only peas falling out of it.
I
I
concur
can't.
though, because you could eat dabri just so without having any like Takari thing, and
Exactly.
it's still
Yes,
I
yes,
satisfying.
agree, I agree, but
yes.
some people put way too much dal in there.
Nah, but you know
Honestly, the
who's
best
real
part is when you
underdog?
break it open and all the dal and things still, so everybody know that you eat dal curry.
Yeah.
Classic. I disagree with that. I'm not saying that he would not be a good ambassador, but I think that most people kind of classify him with a certain part of Trinidadian culture. So when it is that you hear Machel Montano, the first thing you're going to think about is soca. I mean, we have a
Yeah.
lot more to offer than just carnival.
Yeah, they would definitely have to encompass a holistic look of the culture in Trinidad and Tobago, not only just music or dance or the arts, but you need to know about your history of your country, where we come from, our language, etc.
I think we would need multiple people to be ambassadors for different things. I don't think one person could just encompass every single aspect because there's just so much things that we have to show for our culture.
I agree because, well, in Trinidad, everybody like see men as like very macho and masculine and whatever. However, they see like women incompetent of doing things that the man can do, average Trinidadian man can do.
Something as simple as raising your kids. You raise your male kids different from when you raise your females. And I can give you an example. They taught my boy cousins how to fix cars. But now I find it difficult to understand what's going wrong with my car because I wasn't taught the same thing. I was taught I had to be taken care of. I was taught that somebody else could do it for me. A male can do it for me.
So I would have to disagree with the statement that that the sexes aren't viewed equally. Some people will view them equally and some will not. It really just depends on the mentality that you're really brought with. Luckily, I have been a part of a field that does not show stigma like that. Although some people will disagree with me and say, there's look at male figures in the medical field more than they would look at females. But luckily, I have not experienced that yet.
I somewhat agree because I think the younger generation isn't really following the path of thinking that women are not equal to men. But I think the larger mentality of Trinidad is where they kind of tend to see women as not equal to men.
Last year, even this year, like all the rape cases, I'm sorry to get so morbid, but the fact of the matter is women are being assaulted at a ridiculous amount and being, treated so poorly in that regard, domestic abuse towards women. Although, I mean, one could argue men don't really like report their domestic abuse because if they do go to the
Right.
police, they may be like laughed at, and toxic masculinity could have that double edged sword for men. But there are ways in which that women aren't equal and it could be negative.
In my family, my brother taught me so many things. Like he taught me plumbing, electrical. I was always with him doing these things, and I was able to learn about it. And he wasn't hesitant to teach me. He wasn't like, nah, go and play a game. I think it depends on the environment that you're brought up in.
I ain't gonna lie, but I grew up with a mentality that women better than men.
Right?
Because I am one of four girls. So my father had to like really instill into us that we are the best thing in life and don't settle for anything less.
At the end of the day, women are who raise the next generation. And I think we should give women the respect and the honor to make that decision with their body, because it's not as simple as I made a mistake all the time.
Honestly, simply, it's just because everybody should be given a choice. So if she decides she doesn't want to have the baby, she should have a choice whether or not she wants to have it or wants to keep it.
I don't think people should be forced to raise a child. That's a lot of responsibility and a lot of financial commitment as well. And people take for granted how much a child is to take care of.
I agree that abortions should be legal. I am a mother myself, and abortions go against my religion. And I still say that abortion should be legal simply because I'm a huge child activist. I think so many children in Trinidad and Tobago and all over the world suffer because they come into this world to parents that do not want them, did not want them, have no plans on how to properly take care of them, abuse them, neglect them, abandon them. And I don't have faith in our adoption system in Trinidad or anywhere in the world. So I personally would never say, have this child, bring it into the world, bring him or her into the world, sorry, and have that child suffer.
Even though abortion is illegal, that is not stopping it from happening. So people are going to seek out abortions. We need to let it be safe for them.
It's unfortunate that we are a panel of women and there are no men responses in this, because I know that we might be a little bit more biased in terms of the female side of it. But again, it is a woman's body. It should be her choice.
I don't see race, like to be honest. So my behavior will always be the same. It is that I'm not agreeing with somebody. It's not because of race. It's just like probably who you are as a person.
I was never brought up to see race, even if there are racist comments thrown at me or someone that I am around. I don't respond to it.
I wasn't brought up to act differently around anyone. My dad's side is mixed, but my mom's side is mostly Indian, and they never taught us anything like that. They said you need to treat everyone well, with respect, and not to be discriminatory to any party in society.
Oh, that's hard.
What?
That hard. No, it's hard.
Why?
It's hard. I mean, I'm proud to be a Trinidadian because that's where I'm from. But honestly, sometimes people just make me ashamed to say AI is Trinidadian. Like you could believe that I think that's coming to tell me that Corona is a hoax, and I'd be like, and then not to mention the vile things that happen in Trinidad. You just have to be like, this is for real. This is happening in where I'm from.
I'm a pro Trini simply because it has different aspects. So well, culture, food, national instruments, etc. However, certain aspects wouldn't really necessarily make it proud to be from here.
So for me, I am actually Canadian. I was born in Canada, but I live in Trinidad. So I agree. I like being from here, and I like that I grew up here more than I grew up in Canada because I like the mixing of the cultures. I like that here is a place that is very, very unique.
To me, Trinity born. I have a flag. Actually, I have a flag like on my bed. I'm obsessed with Trinidad and Tobago, everything. This country is teeming with talent, no matter the generation that passes by, and I don't know, like I love the fact that I could practice my faith freely and so can my friends. I love the fact that like everybody just comes together, and as much as during political elections is where we kind of see like racial divide, I mean the majority of the time everybody lives here harmoniously, and I love that. I mean,
If it's any consolation, there are huge levels of crime all over the world. There are countries that face crime just as much as Trinidad. The issues that we have here, they're present everywhere else in the world. We certainly have such a diverse culture, and it's a remarkable place to live.